Do you book an interim fight at middleweight while Izzy is at 205?
It depends how quickly Izzy can turn it around. If he, whatever which way the Blachowicz fight goes, if he wins, if he loses, however it goes, if he can cut the weight quick enough, I don't think there's a need for an interim title fight. I'm not a massive fan of the interim thing anyway, unless the champ is out with an injury or something like that. But I think people need to be a little bit more aware of their surroundings. You know, if they're going to be out for 2 years, 3 years, etc. So, you know what, I'm going to vacate the title. I'm going to come back, and then I can, give me the opportunity to fight again and fight for the title again when I come back. A lot of these guys, when they're moving around in weight divisions, which we've seen so much over the past couple of years, they leave so much, they leave an empty hole in this division, and then they go off to fight something else. But I think they should just vacate the title. If they're moving up, they should vacate. Personally, that's what I think. I don't think we should have these 2, 3, 4 weight division champions. I think vacate the title, move up, challenge for something else, exactly like John Jones did. He vacated the 205. He's moving up. He knows he's moving up, and he won't be able to defend it. And just go with that,
So, for me, I think there's 2 points to this. I think you're right. I think you're right in a lot of things that you said, but I think there needs to be a rule. I think this, as the UFC is getting bigger, it needs to become more of an actual sport. It needs to have more regulations. We need to have rankings that matter and mean something. But also there needs to be a rule for championship belts. And the hard and fast rule is a year, right? It's what people say. It never really gets stuck to, but Dana said it quite a few times. If you haven't had a fight in a year, we're going to do an interim belt, or you're going to get stripped. It's going to be one of the two. Realistically, why strip them if you're going to do the interim belt? Just strip them. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? But we've had Stipe that hasn't fought in a while, but with the pandemic, with him being a firefighter as well, he just stated, strip me if you want. I've got other cares. I've got other things that I need to look after. He's also a new father. With Adesanya, I'm hearing a lot of talks about stripping him, but he fought Costa in September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not that long ago. Don't get me wrong. If it's by September and he's having a rematch with Jan because he beat him for the belt and he's giving him a rematch and he still hasn't come back down to middleweight, fair enough, strip away. I believe there should be a hard and fast rule. I think a year works. If I'm honest, there's fighters like, so Usman, for example. Usman is not a welterweight. Yes, he makes welterweight. Yes, he doesn't have an issue on the scales, but he also doesn't fight regular. And there's a reason for that. That weight cut for Usman is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And when these fighters are cutting so much weight to be able to make these scales, on the lead up to trying to get that belt, they'll put themselves through the ringer and really, really damage themselves to do it. But there's a reason why Usman won't fight that often. It's a hell of a weight cut. I see Usman coming up to middleweight within the next year, maybe 2 at most. But I see Usman coming up to middleweight without a doubt, especially with his wrestling ability and seeing what the middleweight landscape sort of looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't believe there needs to be an interim belt until at least July time, and they ask Izzy if he's going to fight by September.
Mm-hmm.
If that's a no, then fair enough. I believe that Izzy's going to go up. He's going to start Jan. And he's going to win the 205 belt. He's going to come back down. He's going to beat whoever the next challenger is by that point. I don't think it will be Kevin Holland yet. I think it will be someone before him, maybe the Rob rematch. Maybe somehow Paulo Costa gets himself a rematch. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's trying to get it. But yeah, I believe that's what's really going to happen. And I think that Usman's looking to go up to middleweight, but also him and Izzy, they have that sort of a Nigerian sort of connection, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's the reason that's stopping him sort of pushing